What is up, my friends? You are very welcome along to this evening's Anfield Agenda News Roundup. Over the course of this video, we're going to have a look at Liverpool's pursuit of a right-back. Will it be FRIMPONG, as has been mentioned by a couple of journalists, or will Liverpool put their faith in Conor Bradley? Then we're going to be giving you what looks like a potentially positive update around the future of Mohamed Salah. Ben Foster thinks that Virgil van Dijk could be on his way out of Liverpool if it isn't sorted in the next couple of weeks, so we'll talk about that as well. And then, of course, we'll bring you a little bit more on the story of Newcastle's pursuit of Liverpool's young centre-back, Quansah. That and lots more to come over the next few minutes, but you know the score. I want to know your thoughts, so do let me know in the comment section. Drop a like on the video if you enjoy it, and of course, we'd love you to hit that subscribe button. Now, we will be here tonight at 8:45 for the first late night agenda in 8 days. Can't wait to catch up with you all. But until then, let's get stuck into the news. So, James Pearce of The Athletic has said, as good as Conor Bradley has been, more his injuries than anything else regarding the doubts that Liverpool may have. I think these are legitimate doubts, to be fair. Look, I love Conor Bradley. I'm sure most people watching this video think Conor Bradley is an outstanding fullback, but he has had his fair share of little niggling injuries. So I can understand what James Pearce has said there, and again, what many Liverpool fans have been saying. It probably would serve us best to bring in another right back. But let me carry on with what James had to say. He said, I think surely you have to get somebody in with a decent profile, somebody like FRIMPONG from Leverkusen. There's speculation that Liverpool have been linked with him for a while. Now we'll move on to speak a little bit more about that. But a question that's reared its head late last night was, will Trent Alexander-Arnold play for Real Madrid in the Club World Cup? Let me give you my understanding of this situation. So currently, Trent's contract runs out, I think 15 days after the Club World Cup starts. So Real Madrid wouldn't be able to use Trent for any of the group stage games, but there is that little transfer window that we've spoken about before that's going to be open and allow clubs to make two signings during this brief window before the full window opens, namely to allow them to bring in players for the Club World Cup. So there's been some talk that maybe Madrid will try to offer Liverpool somewhat of a fee for Trent to release him a bit early. But there's also a train of thought that suggests that, well, maybe they don't need him for the group stages of the Club World Cup. And those 15 days that I mentioned a moment ago would cover the group stages, and that Real Madrid could then introduce Trent for the knockout stages of the Club World Cup. Now, there's a loaded dough on offer for this tournament, and reports suggest that Real Madrid are obsessed with the idea of winning it and becoming the first winners of this new Club World Cup. So your thoughts on that very much welcome, but unfortunately we are looking down the barrel of Trent leaving. It's just a matter of, will it be when his contract ends or a little bit earlier? Next up, so people seem to have a go at me yesterday in some of the comments around the situation with Quansah and Alexander Isak. And look, I understand that Newcastle fans don't want me to be speaking about Isak. Totally get it. But these aren't my stories. I can only bring you guys the news as the journalists write them. Today, Fabrizio Romano has said Quansah is on Newcastle's shortlist for centre-back position ahead of the summer transfer window as of Mahardy Sport. No contact or talks yet, but he is on the list. Dean Huyson, another name who's appreciated, but Newcastle feel it'll be difficult for them to get a deal done there. This isn't new news. Newcastle have been interested in Quansah gone as far back as last summer. Liverpool were looking at bringing in Anthony Gordon, and Newcastle wanted Quansah as part of that deal. There was a difference of about 30 million, I think, in valuations. I don't know whether we'll see Quansah move on. The club are saying they want to keep him, which I can totally understand, but let's wait and see how this one develops. So just to get back to yesterday, it wasn't me saying that deal was going to happen with Isak coming in and Quansah going out. I've said for a long time I don't think FSG will pony up the dough to get Isak. But this one, it seems they want Quansah. Let me know your thoughts on that. Some comments have said they'd sell him for the right price. Others have said, no way. I'd be in the no way camp. We have a homegrown talent. We need centre-backs. I wouldn't be shoehorning another one out the door. So, Ben Foster, speaking a little bit about Virgil van Dijk's future, said, I think VVD is going to go. I think they're all going to go. There's been too much negativity around Liverpool recently, and if they had it done, they would have used it. They have 2 weeks, in my opinion, or it's over. Now, this is somebody from the outside saying about negativity around their club. And this is why myself and many other Liverpool fans have been so frustrated with FSG, with Hughes and Edwards, because there's no need for this negativity. There's no need for this situation to have developed. It could have been nipped in the bud a long time ago. Now we're going to celebrate winning a league title with fear. fear about what's happening in the future. So we'll move on to that tonight, but let's move on to some potentially uplifting news. FRIMPONG, I still don't think he's the best fit for the way that we need a right back at the moment, but that doesn't stop the links. And James Pearce via the Athletic podcast said, as good as Bradley's been, as I've said, there's speculation linking Liverpool with FRIMPONG. 40 million seems to be the number that Leverkusen would let him go for. I'm not sure if that's a gentleman's agreement or if that's in his contract, but I want to know from you guys, would you be happy with Bradley and FRIMPONG as the options to cover for Trent when he departs for Real Madrid? I'd be happy if Arne is happy. As I've said all the way through, that's all I want. The manager to get the players he wants, and we'll go from there. James Pearce also said that Liverpool are not considering the sale of Jarell Quansah, who was a big part of Arne Slot's plans, and I should hope not. But let me know, what is he worth, Jarell Quansah? He's homegrown, he's young, he's Premier League proven, he's got experience in Europe, called up to the England squad, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, previously as well. Surely there's got to be a bit of a premium on that. So upwards of 40 million? Let me know your thoughts. Mohamed Salah. Some potentially good news here. Anfield sector posted to say, breaking, Mohamed Salah's renewal with Liverpool is more advanced than ever before Liverpool made a higher offer. And that report comes in from a gentleman called Mazraoui. And this said, Mohamed Salah's renewal with Liverpool is more advanced than ever before Liverpool made a higher offer. The thought process here is that with Trent now confirmed as moving on, Liverpool may have a little bit more financial wiggle room for the contract of Virgil van Dijk and Mohamed Salah. It's always been reported that it would have been very difficult for Liverpool to keep all three. And again, these aren't my words, I'm just telling you what's been reported. But this gentleman here posted to say, just to clarify, that's not my news, but the source is very reliable. And ticked at Mazraoui, Masraoui, said, I think it makes a lot of sense, especially after Trent's departure was confirmed. Salah wants to stay, so I don't think there'll be any issues, and I think Mo will continue. I hope so, and I think so as well. Yes, Trent leaving is going to be hard to replace, but if we can get Virgil and Mo sorted out, I think it's not the worst situation in the world. It's never good losing a homegrown talent like Trent, but if we can keep our captain and our talisman, change our centre forward, bring in a left back, a centre back and a midfielder, I don't think we're going to be too far away. So we will cover all of this in far more detail tonight. But just to recap, I want to know your thoughts on FRIMPONG. 40 million is a good value. And would you trust FRIMPONG and Bradley? Both of them together? I'd probably say yes. I think we could cover all bases. But I want to know, of course, what you guys think. See you tonight at 8:45 for the late night agenda. We'll go through it all. Appreciate your thoughts as always in the comments. Drop a like on the video if you enjoy it. And I can't wait to catch up to you all tonight. Much love, my friends. Bye-bye.